Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to round this out with a little Champions League bracket. It is round of 16 season. The best Champions League time of the year, I think.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Come on.
It's like the beginning of March Madness, where it's like that's the most hype instead of like the final.
Although I will say this season's league phase stage in the Champions League was impeccable. I really liked it, and I really like what UEFA did with
You
this.
like the new
Yeah,
format?
they cooked. They cooked.
Yeah.
They cooked.
Hopefully it means no Super League.
I mean, this is technically Super League if you think about it.
No.
It's Super
No, the
League
fuck it's not.
with just way less strict rules.
Super League was
Super
teams
League was
can
almost
never-
exactly like this, but the players in the teams that performed in the Super League weren't allowed to play for international tournaments.
No.
Yes.
No.
That's exactly what it was.
No. Super League didn't require qualification.
Oh yeah. Also
Super
that.
League
No,
was a
yes.
fucking closed
Yes,
league,
yes,
brother.
Yes, closed league. Yes. But I mean the formats without the closed league part and the players not being able
This
to
is
play
pretty much
for-
what it would have been.
This is almost exactly what it would have been.
Except Super League probably would have toured the world. You would have had
Yes.
You would have had PSV Juve in like New York.
Yeah. That would have been stupid.
That would have been terrible.
I was thinking we all just go through our entire tournaments one by one.
You lead us off then, Antoine.
You want me to lead you guys off?
Yeah, you go right ahead then.
All right, the first game is PSG Liverpool.
Oof.
I think although PSG have been on incredible form as of late, in two legs, I don't think it's possible to beat the team that is probably the most in form in the world this season. And it pains me to say this.
Wearing a PSG
Not
jersey right
biased.
now.
It pains me
Not
to say this.
biased. I like that.
But I think, although it'll be a great two legs, I think Liverpool will win.
Great.
Club Brugge, Aston Villa. Many people think Aston Villa will win this one. I think Club Brugge is going to win this one.
Whoa,
Yes.
that's a big call.
Although they haven't been performing in the league this season, I think in the Champions League where they've gathered experience over all these years, they have a real shot at beating Aston Villa, who they've already beat this season. You have these great players, Jutgla specifically, the striker. I think he's going to hit a top club soon. And you have Talbi, Maxime de Kuiper, Jutgla, Ferran Jutgla.
Obviously.
Yeah, obviously, though. Played good against City. But no, you have de Kuiper, Talbi, who scored a brace last game against Atalanta. I think they have a real chance at beating Villa, and I'm just going to tip them to edge it over the two legs. Then you have PSV Arsenal. I think although Arsenal's form has been dipping as of late, I don't think PSV can do it. Arsenal take this one quite comfortably, I want to say.
Yeah.
Real Madrid Atleti. It would be great to see Atleti go through here, but every single time Atletico look like they're hitting their stride in the Champions League, they get faced with Real Madrid, and they end up crumbling. It's gonna happen again this season, I believe. Benfica Barcelona. It's gonna be Barcelona, even though that 5-4 in the league stage phase was great. What a probably game of the season so far. I think Barcelona beat them. Barcelona have a great road to the final. I think the draw has
They
been
have a powerhouse in their way.
They do have a powerhouse in their way. The draw has been most favorable for them, I think.
Oh, by far.
The side that they're on and the teams that they could potentially play, I think if they don't reach the semifinals, at least there's a problem. Then Dortmund Lille. Lille have had a good fairy tale story this season. I think it ends here. I think Dortmund pick it up in form. They've not been great at all in the league this season, but in the Champions League, it's been very good. Chukwuemeka has had an insane debut, and I think he's gonna elevate them to decently high levels this season.
Okay.
Bayern Munich Leverkusen. I think Leverkusen takes this one. 2 weeks ago, they played each other, and Bayern were lucky to not concede at least 3 goals. It was a dominant performance from Leverkusen, and Bayern were very lucky to hang on. I think over 2 legs, Leverkusen do the job. Final to Inter. I think this one's pretty clear. It's going to be Inter. This leads me to the quarterfinals. Liverpool Bruges. Easily for Liverpool. I think Bruges' story ends here.
Yeah.
Arsenal Real Madrid. I don't see Real Madrid slowing down here. I think they beat Arsenal, who are regressing in form. Barcelona Dortmund. It's going to be Barcelona. And then Inter Leverkusen. I have Inter narrowly beating Leverkusen. It's going to be a great
That's
midfield
bold.
battle if this happens.
That's not narrowly beating them. Comfortably beating them.
I don't know about comfortably.
Comfortably.
But the midfield battle, if this game happens, the midfield battle I'm going to be so interested in, because Barella, Zielinski, Çalhanoğlu, Mkhitaryan, all that depth on Inter, and then you have Bayer Leverkusen's depth with Xhaka, Frimpong and Grimaldo, who technically play as midfielders. It's going to be great. Florian Wirtz as well, yeah. But Inter win that one. In the semifinals, Real Madrid Liverpool seems like the final before the final almost. The two most informed teams two of the most informed teams this season.
Yeah.
I think Real Madrid win. In the Champions League, you just can't write them off.
Yeah.
Never.
And then Barcelona Inter. Did that game happen this season so far? Yeah or no?
No.
No, they
Nope.
played Atalanta, Barcelona.
Barcelona Inter, the team that scores the most goals this season against the team that concedes the least amount of goals. I think Inter takes this one.
That's what I like to hear.
And I see
Wow.
That's
Inter
what I like to
in the
hear.
final against Real Madrid.
Wow, dude.
Although an El Clasico final would be fucking amazing.
It would be.
Insane.
And then finally, Real Madrid get it done, get their 16th. Mbappe lifts his first Champions League trophy. I do not see another
Will you,
alternative.
cry? Will you be happy?
I'll be happy. I don't think I'll cry. I'll be happy though.
It's a little crazy, but
You know, it's gonna be yours.
so, all right. So we're gonna start at the top of the bracket with PSV Arsenal. I think they destroy them actually. I think they kill them. 5-0 aggregate.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
After watching 2 games with Juve playing PSV, I don't think PSV has any no star power that Arsenal has. They're not gonna be able to score 1 goal on that defense. Not 1 goal. And if Juve played Arsenal, we probably also would have lost 7-0 on aggregate. So Real Madrid versus Atletico. I think Real wins this. I think it's gonna be a close game, or a close 2 games. But I think they're just too good to not beat Atletico in the Champions League. Going to PSG Liverpool. I think PSG is the most informed team right now, and I think they are going to beat Liverpool. I don't think it's going to even be close. I'm going 4-1 on aggregate.
Whoa.
4-1 PSG.
Insane.
Maradona, 3 goal contributions at least of the 4.
There's no
This is
fucking
just
way.
delusional.
There's
And,
absolutely no way.
If it happens, I'll be ecstatic.
Of course you will.
It's gonna in Paris. I said this already. In Paris, it's gonna be 3-0. PSG win, and then they go to Liverpool 1-1 draw.
Okay.
Dude, winner of that tie, basically a ticket to the semis
Yeah.
Sure.
with a little road bump on the way.
In the Champions League, I can't write any team off.
Then I have Villa to beat Bruges, which even though Bruges walked into Atalanta and kind of dismantled them, I do not think that they're at the level that Villa is, and I think Villa is going to comfortably beat Bruges. And heading to Benfica Barcelona, I wish I could say Benfica. Maybe in Portugal they could pull out a draw, maybe.
Yeah.
But then I think once it goes back to Spain, it's over for them. And then Dortmund versus Lille. I think Dortmund's been getting super lucky in the Champions League. Their form has been absolutely horrendous in their league and in the Bundesliga. And I think Lille takes this one close, but I think they do beat Dortmund, who's been absolutely terrible in the
Would
league.
love that. Would love that.
Bayern Munich versus Bayern Leverkusen. I also have Leverkusen beat Munich. And I think this is because Bayern Munich does not score enough. They actually just don't score enough. I think Harry Kane has like a crazy amount of goals, which doesn't make sense because every time I look at their games, it's 1-0, 2-0, 3-0 loss to Feyenoord. Like they don't score enough to beat Leverkusen, who's gonna score at least 4 goals on them.
Wow.
It's 4.
4 is.
It's gonna be 2-1, 2-1, 2-1, or 2-1, 2-2. And then we're getting to Inter Feyenoord. It's not even close. Inter wipes Feyenoord. They're not like they're inter-town rivals, which actually just like choked. There's no other explanation. They should have dismantled Feyenoord, and then they go out there and lose. A red card, a mistake by Mainan in the first leg, which mistakes happen, and you need a good enough team will be able to overcome those mistakes, but they couldn't. So, and then we're gonna stick with Inter Leverkusen. Inter comfortably beats Leverkusen also. Comfortably. 3-1 aggregate, my prediction. Inter, I don't think fans and just people who watch Champions League in general give Inter enough credit for how good they are defensively and how structured they are. Even when they go on attack, Bastoni's basically playing as an attacking
It's
mid.
crazy, yeah.
He might even be play striker half the time. And then when they're getting counterattacked, he's somehow the last man back and is just ready to make any big tackle, which is insane. Their structure, and I give that to their coach, who's basically transformed this team. But I do have them beating Leverkusen, and then Barcelona comfortably beats Lille. That not really much of an explanation needed for that. PSG Villa comfortably. PSG wipes Villa. I love PSG right now. I don't know why. I might be glazing.
No. PSG have a fun squad for any neutral.
I love
for any
watching
neutrals.
them. Barcola's and Dembele.
Nicolas Dembele, Désiré Doué, João Neves, Hakimi, Nuno
Maradona.
Mendes. It's that core that I was talking. Listen to me. It's that core of players that I was talking about isn't superstars. that we exactly needed. And this season, in the next 5 years, I'm excited.
And they also have the best keeper in the world, but that's another conversation. And then we head to Real Madrid and Arsenal. This was a tough one because I want to say Arsenal gets over the hump of not being able to beat a good team in Champions League when it matters, but I don't think they do. Semifinals, PSG, Real Madrid. I have PSG beating Madrid in the semifinals.
Wow.
I just really love this squad. Like you were saying, I don't know how you cannot tune into a PSG game right now and not enjoy watching these guys play. Like, they're playing unreal. And then Inter Barcelona, I'll give Barca a little bit of credit. They're gonna make it tough on Inter, a little tough,
Just a little.
but I really think they're just gonna be unbeatable. 2-1 aggregate max.
Which leads you to the final.
Inter PSG.
Yep. Don't do this to me now.
This might be a little bit biased. No, I'm just kidding. It's not biased because I really think Inter's gonna win the Champions League this year. I really think a City A team gets it done after the disgraceful week we just had in Champions League. I think Inter just picks up like Italian football on their back, goes all the way and does it.
Bro, the Italian league glaze in this pod
this
is
is
so
insane.
crazy.
This is insane.
I just,
my God.
I don't know. I don't see any team beating them.
Bro,
to be
our
honest.
Prem listeners are like, what the fuck is this show?
Yeah, they might hate me. I don't
What
think
has happened?
I'm ever gonna be invited back. But, but
Go
I
ahead, Julian.
All right. You have something else to say? Or?
no. I just,
Okay, a couple of fixtures here that I really went back and forth on. For example, PSV Arsenal have it really fucking close. I think this is penalty potential.
Oh my God.
I think PSV make it very, very, very tough. And I thought I was just on a theme of hating Arsenal this episode, so I just put PSV through.
Oh my God.
PSV is going to the quarterfinals. Next, Real Madrid versus Atleti. It's Real Madrid versus Atleti in the Champions League. There's only one way that can go. I would love to see Griezmann and co. like finally overcome Real Madrid in the Champions League. I would love to have that. If Arsenal and Atleti make the quarterfinals against each other, that's going to be an all-time tie. I have the complete opposite happening. I have PSV
That's
versus
haram ball.
Real Madrid. I know. I have a 100% halal ball happening in the quarterfinals with PSV versus Real Madrid. Moving on, PSG, I don't feel as high about.
Okay.
I have them going out to Liverpool. Unfortunately, I think you make it tough, but especially at Anfield, I think Liverpool just have it way too much, man. I don't think you'll have as much room to operate in behind as well.
Yeah, I could see that. I think we need to target Robbo
Target Trent, maybe.
and Trent. Yeah, I mean
Both of them.
Robbo, Trent. Shit.
Those
Barcola
wingers.
and Dembele legacy games, and you guys could be in.
Yeah.
Anyways, Club Rouge versus Aston Villa. I was really hearing some Club Rouge love, but I think it pains me to say, especially what I said last time I was sat in this chair, but I think Marcus Rashford coming into Villa is
Is it a
kind of
good move?
looking. It's looking decent, guys. It's looking decent. I won't even lie to you. How does this happen every time? We're just, oh my God. But Villa as a whole, I think are clicking right now, and I think they're gonna make easy work of Club Rouge. That's my take. Benfica Barcelona. This is the time I'm going to have my eyes glued to. I want Benfica to go through with all my heart. But genuinely, I think my predictions is that Barcelona is going to get it done. Dortmund Lille. I was on the same page of Naps. I think Dortmund has been really good in the Champions League, really bad in the Bundesliga, so they're really hard to predict. I really like the look of Lille right now, and maybe this is a biased Canadian pick, but I have Jonathan, David, and co. going through against Barcelona in the quarterfinals. Next, Bayern Munich versus Leverkusen. This is going to be a really close, and it's going to be a fucking entertaining one as well.
Might be one of the best ones.
Yeah, I have Bayern going through.
Okay.
I got Bayern getting it done against Leverkusen. I think, I don't even want to say like the experience and stuff of Bayern gets it done, but I think especially at the weekend, I mean, they looked so good against Frankfurt, and I was really impressed watching that game. I know Celtic getting the good run for the money, which is just coming to my mind right now. Shit. But I think overall, I need to stick with my prediction that Leverkusen were going to be this tournament's flops this year. So I have to predict Bayern go through against Leverkusen.
That prediction has already failed, by the way.
Yeah, it has.
Yeah.
They went through. Yeah, it has. Feyenoord Inter. Moving on. Any Feyenoord fans listening? I'm sorry. we
Also,
haven't even been
just got a
analyzing
new
that.
manager too, so like,
Have they?
yeah, Van Persie.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
their
great to
manager?
fucking
Yeah,
hear.
they beat Milan with an interim manager
Oh, I forgot they just beat. Yeah, that's good.
And no striker.
and no striker.
Yeah. PSV versus Real Madrid. I have Real Madrid going through. The good run of PSV stops here. Liverpool versus Aston Villa. So be entertaining. Aston Villa just got the draw against Liverpool last week, but I have Liverpool. Barcelona versus Lille. I think Barca are just going to be too much to handle for Lille. They've had a good run so far, but I have Barcelona going through. Bayern Munich versus Inter. This is like a fucking
Prime
2010 like 2011 classic right here. I
Yes.
remember loading up FIFA 11 on the Wii, and this was the default fixture that it would give you.
Yeah.
Bayern Munich versus Inter Milan with the classic logo too. Why did they change the logo? I don't know. But I have Bayern going through in this one. Moving on to the semifinals, Liverpool versus Real Madrid. Boy, is this a fixture we've seen a couple of times. I think Liverpool finally get it done.
Wow.
I think Liverpool finally get it done. They finally overcome Real Madrid in the Champions League, and Liverpool go through to the final. Salah finally gets revenge.
And it's Ballon d'Or at that point.
And at that point,
Yeah.
that seals Ballon d'Or.
Yeah, it does.
Unless Rafinha. No, I'm kidding. And then Barcelona against Bayern Munich in the semi-final as well. This is a really good fixture. This is also giving prime footy.
Yeah.
I got Barcelona going
Yeah.
through. I think Barcelona versus Liverpool is going to be the final. It's big 2019 vibes from this one. I love this fixture so much. It's really tough to call, but I think this game will be won and lost in the midfield. And I think Liverpool's midfield will be too much to handle for Barcelona. And I have Liverpool winning this game by the scruff of their necks.
Wow.
And winning the Champions League.
And
If they win the Carabao if they win the Carabao Cup, they can win a treble, not the treble.
Was that my prediction
A
at
treble?
the beginning of the year?
Was it?
I think it was.
Bold prediction: Liverpool win a treble
Yeah.
or the treble.
The treble. Whatever. No.
Very
Okay,
different.
bro, I said the treble.
Very
but-
different.
Okay, fine.
Very
a treble,
different.
but that still counts. I don't care.
United won
If
a
they win
treble.
3 trophies
United
this
won
season,
a treble under
including the
Mourinho.
most and the best trophy and the second best trophy that they can win,
It's still great.
it's a treble.
But it's not-
I don't- my prediction counts. I don't
not-
care.
The treble.
Okay, whatever. Let's wrap this up.
Let's wrap this up with a little bit of FPL roundup
Oh
too.
my goodness, forgot about that.
I know.
Go ahead.
Lads, we're at 100 minutes.